Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and this is Season 3 of our Daily Answer Writing Initiative. See, this initiative runs in coordination with two initiatives. First of all, it is the Ignited Current Affairs 2.0. Our team covers current affairs from all the magazines and newspapers on a daily basis, and this is a paid model. Secondly, it is running in coordination with our website. This is entirely free. The link to the website can be found in the description below. It's called rajisacademy.com. In this, on this website, if you look at this mains answer writing section, this has been completely devoted towards Seize the Mains discussions. Every day from Monday to Saturday, we take up one question from current affairs and we frame a model answer for it, and we teach you how to write a good answer for such questions. Definitely, since you must be covering your current affairs on a daily basis, we take up a question only from the current or contemporary affairs, and we aim to train you for answer writing before you sit for your next mains. We aim to help you get a very high mark in your mains exam by teaching you the skill of answer writing, by training you for that, and by fueling your own innate capacities when it comes to expressing yourself on paper. So if you go to the website, on this mains answer writing section, you will see this daily mains answer writing challenge. All the questions till date which have been discussed, 161 questions have been taken till date on Seize the Mains, and this is just about season 3. In season 1 and 2, we discussed a lot of previous year questions and static questions. So a 63 video playlist that is also updated on our channel. This one, season 3, has a separate playlist. So definitely check out all the videos that have been previously discussed. They'll help you immensely with your civil services journey. On the website, all the questions have been uploaded. Now what you can do is, after watching the video, after understanding how to write a good answer to the question that we are discussing today, what you can do is just visit the website and click on the question of your choice. For example, today we are discussing question number 162. So click on the question of your choice, and under that question the model answer would appear, and under that you would find this comment section. Now the comment section is exclusively for you civil services aspirants whom we aim to serve. So in the comment section you can upload the answers that you're writing. Write your own answer to the question that we are about to discuss and post it on the website. In the next few days, our team will evaluate your answers and respond back to you with a detailed feedback, and this goes entirely free of cost. No payments at all. This is just for your benefit to aid your preparation. So without further ado, let's begin. The topic for today is land subsidence and the Joshimath disaster. Joshimath disaster has been making news. There have been requests to declare it a national disaster, but there are legal provisions involved. Also, by taking the help of this particular disaster, yes, we'll be covering this. We'll also discuss how land subsidence occurs. That's how you should proceed with your preparation. You should cover your GS topics from current affairs, especially those topics which appear in current affairs should be studied very well by you. So yes, again, Uttarakhand is in news, not for very good reasons, but for a natural disaster. A lot of people are suffering there, and the government, the bureaucracy is trying to come up with solutions. So question has been framed. Question for day 162. What do you understand by land subsidence and why does it happen? Bring out the various reasons for land subsidence in Joshimath region of Uttarakhand. Answer in 250 words. So if you look at the first part of this question, this is a headline from one of the popular newspapers. There is a explained series that is run by Indian Express on a daily basis. So in that explained series, they take up one topic and they explain it in all depth. Some editing has been done and the question has been framed. So definitely take up this question, go sit through the entire video. Let's look at how the answer to this question would be. The first part asks you, what do you understand by land subsidence and why does it happen? Then, this part of your question that can help you frame your introduction. In the first passage of our answers, that is the introduction part of our answer, what we do is we write about what is being talked about in the question, the subject that has been talked about in the question. We write about it generally. We give some information to the examiner about what the question is asking about. So here they directly ask you, what do you understand by land subsidence? So definitely start by writing about land subsidence and why does it happen. Plus, there are many geographical phenomena or geological phenomena which do not have a clear definition. So if you are writing a definition, quote the organization, quote the report that you are taking the definition from. For example, if you are writing a definition for environment based answers, definitely quote the act under which this definition has been created. Under that, definitely quote the act. If that should be your first approach. Do not write your own definitions. Quoting some international organization, some legislation should be there. So here what we are doing, according to National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA), subsidence is the sinking of the ground because of underground material movement. So this is a very simple definition. Also go on to elaborate on this. These 3 lines which appear on the board, these 3-4 lines, these are just your introduction passages. These are just various parts of the introduction. So definitely elaborate it more. This is okay. This is the definition. And when does it occur? It occurs whenever some part of the Earth's crust or something within the Earth's crust either goes away or becomes compacted. This can be caused both by humans or natural processes. This is very obvious. Land subsidence can occur both due to human processes and natural processes. Now see, you have been asked separately that why does it happen? Why does land subsidence happen? So yes, definitely you can talk about the reasons here as well, that human causes, these are the human causes, these are the natural causes. But the point is, when something has been explicitly asked to you in the question, definitely make it a point to give some spacing above and below a separate passage, and answer it separately. Separately so that the examiner knows that you are addressing all parts of the question. You can definitely talk about the reasons here, but ascribe a separate paragraph to the reasons because it appears as a separate part of the question. So yes, subsidence produces impacts such as infrastructure damage. Obviously, you just cannot write a 2-line introduction. Here the first one, if you talk about, the first line talked about the definition, the second line talked about why, and the third line talks about impacts. After the impacts, we would be talking about in detail what are the causes of land subsidence. Subsidence produces impacts such as infrastructure damage, problem with drainage, wider expansion of flood water, as well as tidal inundation, that is flooding by sea water at coastal areas experiencing land subsidence. These impacts are quite costly and disastrous. So then talk about the reasons. Why does it occur? Natural processes that sometimes result in subsidence include erosion of bedrock. Bedrock means on which your land is actually sitting. So if erosion of bedrock occurs, definitely land would subside, it would come down, बैठ जाएगा. Then secondly, earthquakes and volcanoes. Earthquakes especially, they can cause any kind of geographical changes, and mostly which are not beneficial for urban settlements or for human settlements. Earthquakes, the faulting of bedrock, the faulting or breaking of bedrock, and the shifting of groundwater reservoirs. See, the shifting of groundwater reservoirs, when we talk about groundwater, that is important. We'll see in a while how. Human processes that can cause subsidence include mining. If you have cleared a mine, you have taken out all the natural resources, all the minerals that were present inside a mine. So now what you've done is you've emptied the mine. You have emptied the mine, and what is there left above? Under the land, what was there? There were minerals, there was ore. So now you've taken out this ore and this place is empty. This place is empty, so land will definitely settle down, or it will subside after some time. So what we do is we fill up the mines. We never leave them empty even after they have been used to their full capacity. So these mines are definitely filled up by the government or the private entity that is carrying out these mining processes. So mining, natural gas removal, etc. Now the most important part here is presence of water, presence of groundwater or underground water, and when that groundwater moves ahead or moves out due to some leakage, land subsidence occurs. Let's see. Land subsidence also occurs due to overuse of groundwater, when large amount of groundwater have been withdrawn from certain types of rocks such as fine grained sediments. See, now if the rock that is lying under your land, if that is not strong enough, that is not hard rock, it is porous, then those pores, and also those pores are filled by water. So water would be actually supporting the land above. And in case this water flows out or it has been extracted by using hand pumps or any form of groundwater extraction, then obviously the pores, there would be voids in the sediment, in sedimentary soil or in the sedimentary rocks that are underlying your land. So since there would be voids, the land would settle down. So overuse of groundwater, that is a problem. The rock compacts because the water is partly responsible for holding the ground up. When the water is withdrawn, the rock falls on itself. And land subsidence occurs. And this is the case that happened in Joshimath. Joshimath basically. Okay, let's talk about the answer. Then it would become clear. So the possibility, the second part of the question talks about what bring out the various reasons for land subsidence in Joshimath region of Uttarakhand. See, in your mains, you might not see a question directly with regards to Joshimath, or you might see it, but what you can see is the topography or the reasons responsible for so many disasters in the Himalayan region. In the Himalayan region, it is a very fragile ecosystem. So you can definitely expect a question in geography or your disaster management part of GS paper 3. You can definitely see a question with regards to the topography of Himalayas and the fragile ecosystem present there. So this question becomes very important. In fact, whatever points are here, they would act as general content or general fodder for all your main answers which can be seen from this topic. So now let's talk about what were the reasons of land subsidence in Joshimath region. First of all, talk about a report. There was a report many years ago, decades ago, which highlighted that this region, it should be kept away from any kind of construction and development activities, because Joshimath, it actually rests on the debris of landslides and moraine debris. It does not rest on hard rocks. So definitely, if you put more pressure on this land, which is already resting on sedimentary rocks or very soft rocks, that is the debris it is resting upon, then the more pressure it has, the more land subsidence would occur here, and this has actually been seen now. So the possibility of mass land subsidence incident happening in the region was first highlighted around 50 years ago when the MC Mishra committee report was published, and it cautioned against unplanned development in this area, because they knew what is the kind of soil or what is the kind of rock that Joshimath area is lying upon, and identified the natural vulnerability. So definitely quote this report. There is also a case study of NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, with regards to this area. You can also quote that, which also comes out with the similar observations. Then point number 1, here we are starting with the reasons. According to experts, Joshimath city has been built on an ancient landslide and moraine debris, with the voids and debris filled with fresh water. Now, if this fresh water comes out due to some kind of leakage, then the support that this fresh water was giving to the land, that support will fall and land subsidence would occur. So basically, this is the reason that land subsidence is happening. Meaning it rests on a deposit of sand and stone, not rock, which doesn't have high load bearing capacity. This makes the area extremely vulnerable to ever burgeoning infrastructure and population. Not only this, the area is in a seismic zone, high risk seismic zone, which makes it prone to frequent earthquakes. So frequent earthquakes occur here. That means the topography of land, it keeps on changing. That means the soft rocks that are present and the voids that are there, that kind of increase with time whenever there are earthquakes. Upon that, you have a lot of hydroelectric power projects running here. Development of hydroelectric power plants, just like the Joshimath Vishnugarh HEPP, have made this area more vulnerable. You can also add that 23 more hydroelectric power plants have been planned in this area. They are upcoming in this area. So high vulnerability. Then there are multiple tunnels passing through this fragile area. So if the area is very fragile, if the soil or rock that is lying under your land, that is very fragile, if you construct tunnels out of it, construction of tunnels would be simpler because that is soft rock. But the point is, the tunnels would also aid in land subsidence there. So multiple tunnels passing under this fragile area have contributed to development of cracks in these aquifers. Aquifers, basically the fresh water that is supporting your land. So cracks are occurring and hence causing leakage, and this leakage is the most prominent reason for your land subsidence here. After the Ronati Gadhera rock avalanche of February 2021, this was a major event. That rock avalanche, it has impacts, it has potential impacts of future disasters. Even now, in fact, what it has done is artificial lakes have been developing, impacting the Joshimath aquifer and exacerbating the leakage. As of now, 26 glacial lakes are threatened. If you remember the Himalayan tsunami of Uttarakhand a decade ago, so one glacial lake was, there was an outburst in one of the glacial lakes. Now, as of now, because of this Ronati Gadera incident or disaster, 26 glacial lakes are threatened. In that incident, you know, the rock avalanche that was from kilometers of height, you know, kilometers of height, the snow, all the debris, it fell from a very great height, and glacial lakes have been created there, artificial lakes have been created there, which is further pressurizing this area. Then you have the lack of a proper drainage system, which has been thought to be contributing to the sinking of the area. They say that unplanned and unauthorized construction, that is always the cause. It has led to blocking of natural flow of water, which eventually results in frequent landslides, and hence, you know, the topography gets disturbed. Apart from aforementioned possible reasons, this is a new one that has come out, that subsidence in Joshimath might have been triggered by the reactivation of a geographical fault. And what are the geographical faults that are lying in this area? The first one is your, you know, Eurasian plate, the second one is your Indian plate. So there could have been a reactivation of the geographical fault, because the Himalayan region or you know, the Indian subcontinent, it does lie on the convergence of two geographical faults, and that's why this area is very seismically active. So these are the 5 broad points which were present, which are, you know, said to be the cause behind the Joshimath incident. Now, in conclusion, first of all, you need to understand that Uttarakhand's economy you know, depends a lot on tourism. Now, there has to be a choice between sustainable tourism and mass tourism. There are a lot of religious sites that are present here. There are a lot of hydroelectric power plants that are present here. There are a lot of projects which planned by the central and state governments which are coming up here to promote tourism. And the ecosystem is so fragile. We have still you know, not come out of the after effects of the Himalayan tsunami that occurred a decade ago. So now this incident has come up, this disaster has come up, and it is a major disaster. Now we need to plan especially for the Himalayan ecosystem, especially for states like Uttarakhand, which, you know, which have to deal with disasters from time to time. We'll have to reach a balance between mass tourism and sustainable tourism, and not just that, between development and environmental sustainability. We cannot have all types of projects, all types of you know, all types of tourisms in all states of the country or in all parts of the world. So definitely that wise choice has to be made, because earlier also, as we saw in the body paragraph 2, earlier also, you know, warnings have been given by many researchers, many experts, but you know, then at the end it's the citizens at large, it's the public at large which has to deal with the problems coming up few years later. So the disaster in Joshimath, as much as it is creating waves of shock and gloom, is a wake-up call for us to choose and balance between sustainable tourism and mass tourism. You can also talk about balance between development and you know, environmental balance. So then the future projects planned in the fragile Himalayan ecosystem need to be executed with utmost caution and efficient environmental impact assessment. Also, you can refer to the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. Definitely read this and mention this in your disaster management answers. Sometimes, you know, UPSC is in a habit of asking you disaster management questions in GS paper 1 as well, in geography part of the syllabus. So be prepared with all your content there as well. Then you have Prime Minister's 10-point agenda to deal with disasters, and then you have National Disaster Management Authority's guidelines, NDMA guidelines. All things, all of these can be taken help from. You can take help from any 3 of these and write your own conclusion. The entire answer has been uploaded on our website, which is rajisacademy.com. Visit our website. The link is there in the description, and look for question 162, that is what we just discussed. Also the question for tomorrow, that is for day 163, that has been updated there. If you feel confident enough, post your answers to us before we send the model answers to our website tomorrow. As of now, this entire answer that appeared on the screen, it has been uploaded. It has been updated on the website. Definitely read this, read the answer out in full length and breadth, and let us know if you need any help from our team's side in the comment section below. Post your answers on the website as soon as possible so that we can evaluate them and respond back to you with our feedback as early as possible. I'll see you tomorrow again at 9 p.m. in another Seize the Maze discussion regarding ozone hole depletion and recovery of ozone hole. That is where we would be focusing tomorrow, question number 163. Till then, just take care, brace up. Prelims is approaching, you're again entering the examination cycle. Have your anxiety in control. Keep your studies very much balanced. All the best, keep working hard, and I'll see you tomorrow again.